not a lot of people talk about, but you went in to replace the legendary J.P. McCarthy at WJR. Could you talk about that?
I was one of the guys that they brought in at the time. Jimmy Lance, but I forget who the other person was. Really, really good pipes and another really good guy. But he ended up going down south to Indiana or South Ohio. Really good. So I ended up doing J.P. McCarthy's program for probably 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, that was really... And then all of a sudden, they found a slot for me because they decided Jimmy Lance had really gotten old, that his bits just weren't singing in the shower. He wasn't doing anything. He was coming in and just taking up 2 hours of screwing or, whatever, taking care of, making his...
He was showing up. That's
he
all
was,
he did.
stroking his clothiers and all the people. And it was just a bad... What he did last night, he would do 2 segments on. So I'm at Joe Mears, and of course, Anyway, I ended up getting that gig, and I think that if I would have stayed there, to be honest with you, I think I would have done really well. I worked for a guy who almost destroyed my career.
Brent Alberts?
No, Al. I don't know, but
it's probably best you don't remember his name.
No, it really is.
He was short-lived anyway.
Yeah, he went on to have another career in the finance market. He ran Bloomberg. Anyway, long story short, that was also when the collision that occurred between Dr. Laura refusing to be heard from, I believe, 8 to 10 or 10 to 2 at night, and more or less demanded middays, 10 to 2, in order for 10 to noon, in order for her to renew her contract. And Dr. Laura was huge, was absolutely huge at the time. So, I mean, I remember once again, that was when I just at that point was like, it was bad karma. And I just remember that the general manager at the time, Mike Feasy, just sort of like told me that I was kind of out, but didn't really say I was out. And then he just went up north, and he would not take my calls.
Yeah.
And my producer, and just a brilliant kid, great friend of mine who passed away suddenly, Kevin Collard, no one championed me more than he did. No. He saved everything I ever did. Now, there's a guy that all my stuff is on Dad. All of my stuff is on Dad. And, I mean, not quality. First, it was as good as it got. So that's it. I mean, I went as long as I could, and that's when that gap in my life, when I worked for the Palace of Auburn Hills in promotion, and eventually 2000, I got another phone call, and that was from WCSX. So I gave him...
Put the band back together.
Yeah, I gave him, well, almost, I still do pieces for him every once in a while, but so that's the Ken Calvert story.